Hannah in Dubai, but I hope that we'll meet in one of the conference here in Poland or maybe somewhere else. Could you tell me if you can see my presentation now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So just make it bigger. Okay, so thank you again, Glenn, for a nice introduction. It's really a pleasure for me to be here, but also, as you mentioned, it was a crazy year in my life, 2019, where I attended the Global Education Skills Forum in Dubai. Last 2 years ago, probably I met Antonia Clare at one of the conferences in Lisbon. So it was really nice to listen to her presentation a moment ago. Okay, so let's start. Today I'm going to talk about enhancing language learning through international collaborative projects. And here these are the points that I'm going to discuss today. So in my talk, I'm going to concentrate on positive emotions and how important they are in the language classroom. Then I will tell you about one event in my, let's say, teaching career that has changed my life completely, and thanks to which I started the passion which I follow till this day. I will tell you a little bit about video projects that I engaged my students in, and about the school film club that I run at my high school. Then I will go on with some contests, so give you some ideas how you can involve your students in the projects and maybe start cooperating with some other teachers and organize the contest yourself. Then I will tell you about the inspiring people that, let's say, who shaped my life, but also my teaching career. And I will explain briefly 2 projects that I have just taken part with my students. Okay, so let's start. So as I mentioned, positive emotions are extremely important in our language classroom. On the right, you can see let's say a desk which was in my classroom. Now I don't have it because we are teaching only online, but it's a politeness jar. It's the thing which I use with my students. So I ask my students to prepare a simple act of kindness, so a good deed that they did towards their classmates, their teacher, or their parents, and put it into this jar. Then we will then we just take some pieces of paper, read their acts of kindness, and in that way we share a positive atmosphere in the classroom, but also students are encouraged to be a better person and maybe help more in their parents or sisters, brothers, and so on. So I think it's a good idea, not only for younger children, but also for the older ones, when you can practice the language as well, because they are simply writing these pieces of information in English. Now I would like to tell you about this moment in my life that was extremely important for me. So in my case, everything started from an espresso. As you can see, I have chosen a picture with Pink Floyd because I'm a big fan of rock music, and this story is going to be connected somehow with rock music too. So it was one Friday evening back in 2014. I went with my son. He was like 8 or 9 at the time, and I took his friend with us, and they had fun in the theme park. And I was just sitting there and watching them, and suddenly my cousin approached me, whom I hadn't seen for like 15 years. At first I didn't recognize her, but then after a small chat, I knew who I was talking to. And it turned out that she was working at the bar, which was just behind the door, because actually this theme park was connected with the club, where there was a session of jam, because they had rehearsal before their gig. So, you know, I could hear the music, and she said, okay, the boys are having fun, so let's go and have some coffee together. And I said, you know, it's Friday evening, so I probably will not be able to sleep at night. And she said, come on, it's Friday, you can sleep just longer on Saturday. And I drank this coffee, and what happened? I came back home. I couldn't sleep at night, so I turned on the light. There was a bedside cabinet, and there was a course book lying on it. And suddenly I remembered about the competition, which I read about, and I thought about the subject of it, and it was how a course book can change students' and teachers' life. And just in a split of the second, when I looked through the contest, at the content of the book, I just had the idea of the video which I wanted to record with my students. So I came back to school, I told them about this contest. It was really difficult because we had to put the story into 1.5 minutes. And to our big surprise, were first prize winners. And I had a chance to attend the summer language course for teachers at Exeter College in Oxford. So it was like the best reward in my life because I met wonderful teachers from different countries, and I had wonderful tutors who you have already had a pleasure to see, or you will see in a moment, because it is Adrian Underhill and John Hughes, and also John Hughes. So it was really amazing for me. And now maybe I will tell you a few words about this video, because you can use with your students this idea too. So you can, at the beginning of the school year, or at the end maybe, ask your students to look at the content of the book and think about the plot of the video. Maybe you can give them some more time, like not 1.5 minutes, I guess 3 minutes will be enough, because it was extremely hard to put it all the content of our script to this video. And they can work in groups, like groups of 5, and make videos. So I think it's also a good idea at the end of school year, where they know all the text and all the content of the book. So now I want you to have a look at my video and see how Harry Potter just with the magic wand moved us from one page to another, because we are inside the book. So enjoy watching. I hope the video will work. If not, I will ask Glenn to play it from YouTube. So let's check if it works.
We can't actually hear it, Magda. It's
okay.
Going okay, but we can't hear it. So I will try and play it now. Just give me a second.
Okay, okay.
Open your books, please. Okay, so look at the picture here. Who is it? J.K. Rowling. Wow, great. Good answer.
I'm Harry Potter, and I will show you Hogwarts World. What happened?
It's Harry Potter world!
Ron, you're always eating something.
He never has enough.
Hurry up, it's time to go.
We're here. Look, Romeo.
Here's to my love.
Oh, happy dagger. Let me die.
Hurry up, it's time to go to the last scene.
What a beautiful view.
Yes, it is, but it's not more beautiful than you.
Wow! Titanic! Teacher, that's Jack.
Oh, Jack, do you think our love will last?
Yes, I think so. Nothing's going to divide us.
I think so. Our love is strong. I love you.
I love you too.
Teacher, we are in the book.
We are here.
Everyone makes a difference.
Okay, so thank you very much, Glenn, for help. Shall I share the screen now again?
Yes, please do, Magda.
Okay. So I make sure to share computer sound. Okay. And just a second, sorry for that. Okay, I don't know why it stopped, but I still have, so I was stopped. Okay, so once again. Okay, so just a second, I will find the slide and I hope that next video will work. So as you could see, so just I will share. I don't know why it happens like that. But again, I've got the same slide. Okay, and now it works. Okay, so it was a turning point in my life after coming back from Oxford and, having possibility to share my experience and get some knowledge from really amazing tutors and other teachers from different countries. So I came back to my school and I started involving my students in different video projects. So we organized, let's say, a little projects during our lessons, but also took part in some really amazing competitions outside our school and also some international competitions. I started running a school film club and here you can see my students. It happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They took part in a festival, so they had a chance to record their own TV program in a professional studio. They also prepared some interviews with actors during Gombrowicz Festival here in Radom. So we do not only work at school on some video projects, but we also take part in different events which are organized in our city or in our area. So I also recommend you to start maybe in the future the film club with your students and just share with them different feature projects they can take part in. Now I would like to tell you about one of the video competition that we took part in. It was, the task was to record a film which was based on the poem Left on the Shelf by Jamie Caddy. So students were supposed to prepare a video which was based on the words. So they worked in a group of 5. And here you can see the actors and also the cameraman outside the building of our school. Here is the video, so just follow the story because you can hear the story while watching the video. And I want you to imagine what would you say if you heard such story? What story would you make up? So after watching, I will ask you this question, okay? So I hope now the video will work. Glenn, is it okay?
It's almost as if they were made for each other. Love at first sight. He was going one way, she was going the other. He smiled at her. She smiled back. And that was it. No chance to stop. Neither of them thought that they would ever meet again. But perhaps this love was meant to be. Because against all odds, their paths crossed. Not once, not twice, but 3 more times. They fell in love. He pops the question, She said yes. They tied the knot, and their love went from strength to strength. But then, one day, everything changed. A careless little action, a situation beyond their control. And against their will, they were forced apart, made to go their separate ways. She went on to new things, a new life, a new reason, a new purpose, but not so far away from here, in a forgotten little corner. He lives alone with nothing but memories, loveless, homeless, purposeless, a terrible feeling of emptiness. Sometimes he thinks that life might have been better if only he had been left on the shelf of emptiness. Sometimes he thinks that life might have been better if only he had been left on the shelf.
Okay, so thank you for watching. My question was, if you just read such story, what ideas would come up to your mind? So who is she, who is he? So I want you to write in a chat. We are running out of time, so I will continue with my presentation, but later on I will have a look at it. So if you're interested in other video projects, you can read them on the blog post that I prepared for ETpedia by John Hughes. Here are 10 ways of using videos in the classroom. And I also added the videos so you can not only read the instructions how to involve students in such activities, but also watch the videos that I prepared with my students. Here is the idea of organizing a video competition. So I'm the founder and organizer of the competition, A Day in the Life of Students from Different Countries. And I'm really happy that Rob Howard, John Hughes and John Hurt are one of the judges in my competition. It's going to be announced in 2020, so I hope that you can involve your students into it. If you are interested in the videos from the previous years, you can visit my fan page on Facebook, which is International Video Competition, and you can watch some videos from different countries. One of the winners in previous years was the school, Chambu Primary School from Africa, from Malawi, and here you can see their teacher, Temfanani Shilenga, and her students. I organized let's say a charity action in my town because we just gathered some gadgets and bought some boots for these children, and also collected some money, and thanks to which the teacher told me later on that the tailor from her town made school uniforms for these children. So here on the right you can see the happy children wearing their school uniforms, and in the middle the students with the shoes that we sent to them. So it was really amazing experience for my students to take part in such charity action. Now I'm going to talk about international projects. I think it is a great way to involve students during your lessons. As they develop 21st century skills, students have the possibility to work together, to cooperate together in a group, and also to gain some life skills that they will use in the future, for example, when they find a new job or if they just cooperate with some other nationalities. So I guess my students gained a lot of experience taking part in these projects, and they are now more open to different cultures. As I mentioned at the beginning, there were some people who inspired me, and thanks to whom I started cooperating with some teachers and gained some experience. Here you can see me with 12 other teachers. I was one of the winners of the competition, the Excellence Award in Language Teaching, and I had the pleasure to go to New York and take part in amazing conference. So we shared our experience, we conducted some classes, and thanks to them, I just came back to my classroom and used them and still use with my students. So I think it's a good idea just to find another teacher from a different country. It could be an English teacher, and start a kind of cooperation. Here I started cooperating with like half of these teachers, and we organized different kind of small and bigger projects. Here you can see me with this amazing bunch of teachers just visiting some places in New York. And what happened? So after coming back from New York, I started cooperation with İlkay Gökçe. She's a Turkish teacher. We started the projects, so we worked on different tasks to the project, and here you can see some of them. So the project was connected with entrepreneurship. There were 4 tasks. In the first one, they were to select an image of the entrepreneur from their country and share it on a Facebook page, and then comment on other groups' images. So in that way, they practice their language, but also express their opinions and shared some information with others. And here are the 3 groups that took part in the project. The first was Portuguese from the town called Vizu. The second was from Izmir, from Turkey. So on the left, you can see the posts of these students and my students from Radom. So it was really amazing experience for all of us. In the second task, students were supposed to make a video about the entrepreneur, and students came up with amazing ideas. They did some research. Here I added the picture of 2 Erasmus Plus students from Spain. The project started in February, at the end of February, so we didn't know about the lockdown coming soon. So the girls told me after the project that it was amazing for them, that they were in lockdown in just hall of residence alone, far away from the families, and this project was really great for them. They prepared a video of Wawel, chocolate, because at that time, as they said, maybe they gained some weight, but they were very happy to take part in the project and eat a lot of chocolate. And here students also connected with other entrepreneurs. So one of the group of Turkish students did an interview with one of the Turkish entrepreneurs. Then students had a Skype meeting so that they could share their experience about the entrepreneurs they prepared the videos about, and they also had some discussions. So here you can see their testimonials because they enjoyed this meeting a lot, and later on we even just left the Skype meeting and they continue talking to each other and just about life, about their schools and hobbies. And I know that they made a lot of friends and they keep in touch till today. And there we had a project assessment. So they were supposed to prepare a written report about the project. Later, next students prepared an oral presentation. So we had a task to, for each person of the group, had to speak for approximately 5 minutes. So just to give the idea of speaking activities for all members of the groups. And then we just prepared some guidance for students, what they can use in their presentation. And we had the project turned out to be really successful. We gained a lot of reflection, and students just had an amazing time cooperating together. Now we are going to introduce another big project. It will happen in March, and I can't wait for that. And here is another project that I involve my students. So if you want to take part in it, it is held annually around October and November. So now it is the 7th week. Actually, we are going to start the 6th week of the project from Monday. And my students prepared a lot of amazing presentations. One of the tasks was to plant a tree in our school area. We also asked other teachers to involve their students and plant their own tree. So we have planted lots of trees around our school buildings. Here you can see the other groups which also planted a tree. Another task was to meet with other participants. So we had a nice discussion with students from India, with students from Moldova, Croatia, Brazil, and the last task which we prepared last week was to prepare an kind of invention. So here a group of 3 girls prepare a soil moisture pot, and I would like you to watch this video and see how it works. Maybe you will use it at your home in the future.
Week 4. After 3 weeks spent together in school, drastic increase of COVID-19 cases in Poland made us work from home. That is the proof that nothing can separate us. Despite adversity, we managed to design a smart flower pot that can make plant lovers' lives easier. The device can be easily made from soil humidity detector, small screen, wires that transport power from batteries, and double-bottomed pad. Space between bottoms contains whole wiring and the battery holders. Humidity detector measures soil moisture. If level of hydration is enough, the screen displays smiling emoticon. Else, if the device detects shortage or lack of water, smile changes into sad emoji. Amount of needed water would be programmed with computing platform and connected to application written by programmers. App would include database containing plants that could be chosen by users. Thanks to the smart pot, people would be sure when to water the plant.
So it's also a good idea for you. Maybe you will use it in your classroom, let's say now during online teaching too. So you can ask your students to think about a small invention and prepare a video to show their results. We also took part in a big day. It was a climate action day, so it lasted for more than 8 hours. The students could choose some of the parts of it and then prepare a written report about the experience they gained. One of the tasks prepared by students from Ireland was extremely interesting for me. So if you would like to see what amazing job they did, you can go to their website, which is soyouthinkyoucanrecycle.com. So I really recommend this site to you. Maybe you will gain some ideas to use with your students. And just because I can see that I'm running out of time, so to sum up my presentation, I would say that teaching English is my passion. I love sharing my passion and I give all my heart to my students. And of course, I love my job and I love my students. So if you create such positive atmosphere in your classroom, I'm sure your students will be very, very enjoyable and they would enjoy your classes a lot and take pleasure in taking part in different kind of projects that you organize for them. So thank you very much. If you've got any questions, you can email me and I will be happy to reply.
Well, thank you very much, Magdalena. I've seen you give that talk before at the EFL talks that Rob Howard organized a couple months ago for Poland. And very, very interesting. Yes, I'm a strong believer of projects. So thank you very much for that. And yes, if anybody has any questions, because we're running out of time, if anybody has any questions, please email Magdalena. Okay, so thank you very much, Magda.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.